not hand all of them to a MPD officer?
Can you repeat the question?
So you say some of the rocks were found with Mackenzie, right?
Yes.
So we can assume from that if they did hand the rocks to a MPD officer, they did not hand all of them because some of them were still with Mackenzie.
Yes.
Thank you, Commissioners. Mr. Magagula, you referenced communication you say you had in particular with Commissioner Spies around this issue. In response, I think it was to Commissioner Baloi's question about how, on what basis you say EMPD had learned of the incident before the civil claim, the intention to institute civil claim was expressed. You remember?
Yes.
At your paragraph 86, you don't have to go there. You introduced two annexures, annexure TLM7 and annexure TLM8. And you say these are screenshots of your communication with Chief Mapieye and Commissioner Spies respectively.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if you can pull out the second file, the second big file, it's marked 3 of 3 on the spine. And I want to take you to annexure TLM8, which you say are screen grabs of your communication over an extended period, not on this matter, with Commissioner Spies, starting at page 581. Eight one. Project and scroll. If I then ask you to turn to page 588. No, 586, let's start there. There seems to be perhaps a video clip, but then because this is a screen grab, we don't see that. Then there's a message there talking about, I think it's a number for Warrant Officer Ben of SAPS. If you go over leaf, and that also, there are two pictures there, or judging by the fact that the first has got a timestamp of 12:08, that might be a video. But if we skip that part and go to page 590, the same picture, the same two are found at 590. Okay, you can switch off. And go to 590. Now, I look at the communication below. It would appear a message forwarded. I'm not sure whether it is to you or to Commissioner Spies. Good morning, Commissioner. And below that is another forwarded message, the stuff from Mackenzie car. And then a last one says, must we bring to your office or Mr. Erasmus? This seems to be shared with you with what appears to be an evidence bag or a plastic bag containing some stones. Do you see that?
Yes.
And then it continues and says, no, bring to anyone, start with car and protect it as is. Ipid will contact you and bring their forensics with. The next message there at the bottom reads, Mackenzie's patrol vehicle was booked in for repairs and maintenance. He stated on Friday that he left his official Tetra radio in the cars Kabi home. I instructed, I think 589 and 590 are in the wrong order. I instructed go back to 589, his supervisor to fetch the radio. They just sent me the above, which are all inside his vehicle. Can you please arrange forensics to urgently attend to it? As lots of this is similar as what was found in Kisha's car and could be part of the evidence of their crimes. So my question is that the communication you were referencing in response to the question by Commissioner Baloyi when you say senior personnel at EMPD were aware of this incident before the complaint was lodged by, the civil claim was lodged by the complainant? And in particular, you rely on your communication with Commissioner Spies in this regard. Is this part of the...
Yes.
And I see that communication, according to TLM 8, is from the period of 13 March 2023 at page 588 up to page 595, if I'm correct, or if not beyond, of the 14th of March 2023. Some of these messages appear to be repeats. I guess it's a question of a choice of at what point you take the screen grab.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
So in summary then, you say to the commission that the senior police officers at EMPD became aware as early as March 2023 of this incident of precious stones.
Yes.
And they knew that it involved Kisha Lee's stalls and Mackenzie.
Yes.
And if you don't have it before you, at least we know in terms of JM 34 from Chief Mapieya's evidence that at least EMPD was informed in August of 2023 of this incident. And commissioners, just to note, specifically at page 114 of Mapieya annexures, JM 34, the letter from the complainant's attorneys reads as follows. Item 3 at page 114, our client instructs us as follows. On or about 11 February 2023, 3 individuals, 2 of them in Ikuruleni Metropolitan Police Department EMPD uniform, arrived at the residence of our client in Killarney, Johannesburg. Our client later learned that the 2 EMPD members are Constable Kesha Lee Stalls and Constable Mackenzie. We enclose here with pictures of the aforementioned EMPD members at our client's residence, which pictures were taken by our client's flatmate on 11 February 2023, and same is marked and attached here to as annexure LOD1. Those were the black and white pictures we couldn't make sense of until we looked at the pictures provided by investigator Magagula today. So, best case scenario, EMPD was fully informed by March 23. Worst case scenario, by August 2023, they were aware.
Yes.
Is that your case?
Yes.
Do you still intend then to file a negative report in respect of these 2 officers, one of whom, of course, we now learn is no longer an officer because she has resigned or retired?
Yes, we are still going to file the report. Immediately after obtaining the honest statement of Brigadier Julius Mkwanaze, I filed both reports, DPP and EMPD, because my investigation will be finalized.
And what would be your response if you were to learn that the EMPD has taken no steps against any of the implicated officers on the basis that they are awaiting an Ipid report?
I will not be surprised even if we have filed the report in time. The file will gather dust in their office until we win our case criminally. And then they will take glory that they have successfully completed, while it is because of Ipid criminal investigation. As I said earlier, majority of those departmental that were successful, it was not due to their departmental step that they have taken. They are dependent on the criminal outcome.
Thank you. Commissioners, unless there are further questions, I think this is as far as we take this particular case.
Can I? Yeah. Ms. Ilo, the references that you've made to these screen grabs or these WhatsApp messages. That
Yes, Commissioner.
that you say are evidence of EMPD, at least SPIS, being informed about this Rosebank incident. I'm not sure it does that, Mr. Magagula.
Commissioner, if I may, perhaps I misspoke. It wasn't so much that it's evidence of, EMPD having full knowledge. Mr. Magagula had referenced telephonic communication and WhatsApp messages with senior members of EMPD regarding the searching of Mackenzie's vehicle, where he says he recovered some of these stones. It's in that context I then referred him to TLM 12.
Okay.
So I wouldn't want him to think that I said he claimed that is conclusive evidence.
Yes,
Thank
okay.
you,
So
ma'am.
you were not saying that this is evidence that the MPD became aware
Indeed.
of the
Yes.
Rosebank incident.
Yes, I referred him to that based on his allegation that he was in contact, and in particular in regard to the search of Mackenzie's vehicle,
Yes, I
from
understand.
which they recovered these items.
I understand that.
Yes.
Okay, I'll leave it. I had wanted, if you were saying that, I had wanted to say, actually, it seems that you do have other better pages that may well have been an indicator of this communication. If you look at 616, for example, there are references to Kilani, and Kilani is a suburb, not a police station area. So it sort of suggests that some communication, but I think this is in July, if I'm not missing. No, it's in April. But I'm not taking it any further.
I would think that perhaps it might be appropriate to do so because I think it buttresses what Mr. Magagula says. When one looks at these messages as Mr. Magagula provided them after taking screen grabs, they are not necessarily in the right order. You can tell from the date or the start or end of one message. So if 616, I think, supports his version, it would only be fair to draw that to his attention and place it on record.
Yeah.
Mr. Magagula, Commissioner Baloyi is talking about other messages that perhaps speak to the fact that EMPD members, and in particular in this instance, Commissioner Spies, because this is your communication with Commissioner Spies, became aware of this matter as early as perhaps July or so 2023. And in this regard, I would like to refer you to page 616 of that file we're looking at, which are the screen grabs of your communication with Commissioner Spies. Do you see that?
Yes.
And so if you're at 616, then please listen to Commissioner Baloyi.
No, all I was saying, Mr. Magagula, is that my initial concern to your discussion with Ms. Lo was that you were referring to those stones, to those WhatsApp messages which show stones as part of evidence that Ekurhuleni became aware, EMPD became aware of the Rosebank incident itself. And I thought if you actually look at other pages, there seems to have been better evidence that you were speaking to Commissioner Spies about this Kilani incident.
Yes.
That's all I wanted to point out.
Yes, Kilani is
Yes.
is the resident of the victim.
Yes. All right. I have a different question, though. You say you are still going to be filing a recommendation. You say you're still going to submit a report and recommendation. This incident is in 2023.
Yes.
You become aware of it in 2023, I think about March or thereabouts.
Yes.
You have statements from the complainant, and I think a statement from Stolz early on. We are in 2026. How is it, what is the explanation that, I know that you got another statement from Stolz, Mackenzie, in January 26. You're still going to be getting a statement from Brigadier Mkwanazi. But with what you've got in a complainant's statement, what is the explanation that it has taken so long to get you to the point where you are able to, or you should be able to make a recommendation to the municipality?
The recommendation is made after the completion of the case itself. Both DPP and EMPD. I acknowledge the delay on the investigation part, but the report to EMPD, as I stated previously, it goes together, those one.
And has this been to the prosecutor, is it DPP or?
And not yet.
This docket, it hasn't.
Yes.
Okay. And how do you explain the delay? You say acknowledge the delay in the investigation. What are the reasons that there has been a delay in the investigation?
The delay on investigation is based on the fact of the 727 cases and all other activities that I was doing.
Yes. So it's the workload that you are carrying.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Baloyi. Mr. Magagula, then that concludes your testimony on the precious stones matter. If you could turn to page 16 of your statement. At page 16 from paragraph 68, you deal with what you term Boksburg North CAS 241/03/2024. Do you see that?
Yes.
Could you please take the commissioners through the detail of that case? And then we will talk about the status of that particular case. Thank you.
Boksburg North case 241 of 3/2024. This case involves alleged extortion by members of the EMPD of an amount of 120,000 from a foreigner who at the time was visiting South Africa. A copy of this docket is attached as annexure TLM4.
Mr. Magagula, apologies. Let us locate TLM4 because we'll be making reference to it. That is now in the second file, big file, marked 3 of 3. The first document should be your annexure TLM4. Have you located it?
Yes.
Okay, give Commissioner Khumalo a sec. Okay, we have all found our TLM4. Then you can take it from paragraph 69.
On 5 March 2024, at approximately 11:55, the complainant was stopped by members of the EMPD driving an unmarked BMW in Springfield Road, Boksburg, after he had exited a housing estate. The officer demanded that the complainant produce identification. The complainant provided his Congolese passport. The officers informed him that they intended to verify his passport at Boksburg Home Affairs. The officers accompanied the complainant to Home Affairs, where they presented his passport to an official while speaking amongst themselves in their native language. Upon returning, the officers informed the complainant that Home Affairs was closed. They then demanded to accompany the complainant to his residence. The complainant refused, but the officers forced him to his home and conducted a search of his residence without a warrant. The complainant alleges that these actions were unlawful, including the detention force. Let me read it again. The complainant alleges that these actions were unlawful, including the detention, force, accompaniment to his residence, and their warrantless search of his property.
Perhaps let me assist you. Your paragraph 71 reads, the complainant alleges that these actions were unlawful, including the detention, forced accompaniment to his residence, and the warrantless search of his property.
Yes.
Did I read it correctly? Yes?
On 23 October 2024, I received directives from the DPP concerning this matter, which I addressed and submitted a report to the DPP.
Okay, now you had referred us to TLM4, and I said it starts at page 361 of the second bundle of your annexures. Can you identify for the record the document that starts at 361? Why did I start? I apologize, it doesn't start at 351, that's where it starts.
Sorry?
It starts at 351, and I had wanted to refer you to page 361 and ask you to identify what that document is.
Yes. 361, I have a photo album.
And if we then go back, again, it appears like it's the problem of the order in which these are filed in the docket. That document, the page 361 appears like it ought to be followed by 357 to 360. That would appear to be the actual report from the forensic laboratory. At page 358, the captain who undertook this analysis, the analysis of this, the evidence, Captain Ndoi, at 358, he confirms that he received at item 3.1 an evidence bag with that seal number marked Boksburg North, and it contained 4 GB USB not marked with a serial number. And that he was requested to enhance the images on that USB and to create a photo album. At page 358, still paragraph 7, he then lists the pictures that he extracted from that USB and enhanced. It's about 14 pictures, and he concludes by saying these images are contained in the photo album accompanying this affirmation. Do you see where I'm reading, Mr. Magagula?
Yes.
So the actual pictures then, because in fact, it would appear 361 is the page that is misfiled, because it's the start of that report. It starts at 362. Now, these are the pictures that Captain Doi returned to you in this matter after he had done his analysis. We're going to put up these pictures and you help us identify what's in them. This is the first picture. What are we looking at?
This is the vehicle of Metropolis identified by the victim in his statement that he was stopped by a BMW.
It's the BMW that you state at paragraph 69 stopped the victim.
Yes.
Now you say at approximately 11:55, that is during the day, just before midday,
Yes.
in Springfield Road in Boxburg.
Yes.
We'll move to the next set of pictures.
I want to clarify something.
Yes, please do,
Mr.
by all means.
These pictures now are in the residence of the complainant. It's the estate now, not in the street. This video footage is in the estate.
Okay. The next page has got 4 pictures. It would appear it's still the same vehicle that is.
This is the second vehicle of Metropolis.
Okay, the first vehicle, if we go a page back,
It's a
it's got
BMW.
registration, BMW FT, whatever, from the first picture,
Yes.
from the top picture.
Yeah, from the top picture is
Then
active.
the next set of vehicles is a different picture. It looks like a VW with
Yes.
DX and the rest.
Yes.
Then we go to the next set of vehicle pictures. They appear at 364. What are we looking at here? There are 2 pictures on this page.
They are entering now. Now it's inside the estate now.
They are now inside the estate.
Yes.
And then it's still part of the estate in the first picture.
Yes.
And this middle picture, which appears to be an enhancement of a part of the bottom picture, that red arrow indicates.
Yes.
What are we looking at there in the middle picture?
They are parking the vehicle now, the police vehicle.
They are parking.
Their vehicles, they are on their way to park there.
Is this at the complainant's?
Yes, it
Residence?
is in the complainant estate.
Okay. The next page has got 4 pictures, and it would appear it's the same people, same pictures, but perhaps from slightly different angles. Is that correct?
Yes, these are the Metropolis officers who were inside those vehicles. They are out now.
And so is this next set of pictures. There seems to be a group of people in the top picture there as enhanced from the second picture. Are you able to make out who those people are?
These are Metropolis officers. There are 6 of them. They were using the 2 vehicles, BMW and the VW.
Okay.
So in total, there are 6.
And then the last page has got 2 photographs. Can you talk us through these 2 photographs?
These photographs now, they are finished with what they were doing. They are going out with the victim inside their vehicle.
Okay, thank you. You then, at page 17, explain the current status of this matter from paragraph 73. From paragraph 73, your page 17.
Yes. The case was completed on the 26th September 2024 and recommendation to EMPD were sent and received on the 3rd October 2024. I attach marked TLM5 a copy of this report. Furthermore, the case was referred to the DPP on the 3rd October 2024 to decide on prosecution. The DPP issued directives on 23 October 2024, which I addressed and returned the docket to DPP. These are attached as Annex TLM 5.1.
Okay. Now, before we go to the reports that you reference at 73, at paragraph 68 of your statement, page 16, you state that this matter involves extortion by EMPD members of an amount of 120,000 from a foreigner at the time visiting South Africa.
Yes.
If you go to page 384, sorry, I'm reading the wrong number, 355, the red one, 355 and
The big one.
356 of the big file, the file that we've just been looking at, the photographs of the EMPD officers entering the estate where this foreigner was staying. If we go to 355 and 356, okay. You've got two pictures there in the docket. There is this picture, and then over leaf at 356, there is this other picture, 356. What are these pictures? What can you tell the commissioners about, and why are they relevant for the docket?
This picture was taken by the victim before the arrival of the police. It is inside the bag. It is the money that was taken from him. So if you can start on the first photo.
Sorry, please say that again.
The first photo.
This-
Okay,
yes.
this is the bag, and where there is money is the inside of the bag.
Okay. So this is the 120,000 you say was extorted from him,
Yes.
as you stated, your paragraph 68.
Yes.
Am I correct? Okay.
Yes.
So now we know from your paragraph 73, you say you attach TLM5, a copy of the recommendations to EMPD after you had completed the case on the 26th of September 2024. But I'm looking at your file, your TLM5. It's got something else.
512.
512, not 511. 511 is not part of TLM5. So that big file we're just looking at now with the money picture.
Yes.
If you go to page 512. This, in my file, reads as EMPD memorandum addressed to the Chief of Metro Police, Ekurhuleni
Yes.
Metro Police.
It's 5-1.
512. The top right, red number.
Yes.
Yes.
I got it.
So I say this as the EMPD memorandum addressed to the Chief of Metro Police, Ekurhuleni Metropolitan Police Department, and it's from Ipid. And if you, the last page of that document is 516. Commissioners, if you could move that annexure numbering, the page that marks 5.1, it's supposed to come after 516. The EMPD report runs up to 516, and then annexure 5.1 starts thereafter. Please go to page 516.
Yes,
And I see that is it's got a conclusion, and it's signed by you and dated 26 September 2024.
yes.
And once again, it's supported by the provincial head of Gauteng, Ipid. This, as Ms. Masuku explained to us yesterday, the top right corner at page, that stamp at page 512, that is confirmation of receipt of this report
Yes.
by the intended addressee. And I see the service was effected on the 3rd of October 2024. Can you just, the document itself, it invokes section 21(1)(g) of Ipid Act. That's what you say is the classification of this matter.
Yes.
And you give the reference number, the box spec number, and you say it's a corruption case.
Yes.
Next to reference. And you state the offense is one of corruption. Then you list the members against whom you say a charge of corruption is preferable. Can you read those, can you inform the commissioners as to who those members are?
These members are members of EMPD who are suspect on this matter. MPO FI Shirinda, MPO JL Taba, MPO JG Yika, MPO City Ngubeni. This is a female.
Okay.
Ngubeni. MPO K Seisa, MPO GR Neloheni. So the total is 6 members.
The 6 EMPD, and these are all EMPD members?
These are all 6 EMPD members. At the time, they were working under special service. That unit that falls under Brigadier Mkwanazi.
And if you go to page 513 of the same document, overleaf, the same names are repeated in the table under item 2.3. You see that?
Yes.
Now you list them at 2.3, and then there's a ref. Can you read the statement below that table where you say all these members are?
Analysis or on
No,
513?
2.3 at page 513.
Please find attached the original contents of the docket, case docket CCN 2024 containing the following information.
And then you list all the very members whose detail you just read out.
Yes.
Together with their personal numbers.
Yes.
And then below that, there is an entry. Please read that into the record.
Please find attached copies of the content of Ipid case docket.
No, before that, just immediately
Oh,
under
yes,
the table.
oh.
You say these, you are talking about these members. there.
Okay, yeah, I see, I jumped.
Yes.
Let me start there. Please find attached the original contents of Ipid, a case docket CCN 2024 containing the following information. Members mentioned attached to the drug unit, Ekurhuleni Metropolitan Police Department. This drug unit fall in that specialized unit.
The specialized unit that you say is overseen by Brigadier Mkwanazi.
Yes.
Okay. So then we've taken care of referral to EMPD
Yes.
in this matter.
Yes.
Do you know what became of this, if anything?
Departmental.
Yes.
Departmentally, I can say they have opened the DR, the
No, we don't know what a DR is.
disciplinary hearing.
Okay.
They have opened it, and I can say nothing has been done, even though they have received it. The only thing that they are crying for now, which when Mrs. Mutsipe comes here, she will still deny. I have communication. They are not proceeding because they do not have a video footage. They are looking for video footage. So they brought a video footage. They brought a stick to me. So I told them that, okay, I'm waiting for my my IT Our lady who is assisting us in Gauteng, she's based in Pretoria National Office, so sometimes she comes to Johannesburg. So I told Binel Mutsepe that as soon as she comes to Johannesburg, I will ask her to download that video footage for you. But I further advise her that I have the photo album, I can provide you with this photo album. But you must know the purpose of the video footage. The video footage is not to see someone stealing. The video footage was for the purpose of seeing these people in the residence of the victim, not to see the people stealing 120,000. So when you ask something, you must know the objective of it. What do you want for that? So if you do not know what you are looking for, which means you don't know what we are doing.
Thank you. Staying then with your paragraph 73, we have dealt with annexure TLM5, which is your EMPD referral report, correct?
Yeah.
You introduce another document there, you've marked TLM 5.1, and you say the DPP issued directives on 23rd October 2024, which I addressed and returned the docket to the DPP. These are attached as annexure TLM 5.1. Annexure TLM 5.1 starts at page 517 of the big file. Are those the directives you say you received from the DPP regarding this matter?
Yes, I see.
And this is dated 23/10/2024 at page 518. And if we go back to 517, it lists about 10 things that must be done in this matter. And the DPP says the following outstanding investigations must be completed, namely obtain the AVL records of the state vehicles involved, and gives the numbers. These are the vehicles I think the numbers correspond with what we saw in the photo album. And A1 must explain where did he keep the money in his house, obtain a statement from his domestic worker. Does A1 have CCTV cameras, and if so, obtain the footage of the incident? A1 must explain whether all the members searched his house, that is occupants of BMW and VW Golf, or only some of them. Which members took the money and placed it inside a bag, and in which vehicle did they leave the scene? Which members told him they need to share the money and took it? An identity parade must be held in order for A1 to point out the members involved. A2 must be accompanied by an affidavit from car track, and brackets, person who gave A2. And lastly, A17 must be accompanied by opening and closing bank statements from FNB. A Section 205 subpoena must be issued in this regard. Then it continues at item 2. The police docket, Boksburg North Cast 241/03/2024, are hereby returned and must be resubmitted on or before the 25th November 2025 with finalized investigations. And it's signed by the DPP. Do you see that?
Yes.
And these directives are directed to the Deputy Provincial Head, Gauteng, Ipid, for the attention of Mr. Budu and yourself.
Yes.
You received these directives, and with the 10 items that you must attend to as instructed by the DPP, were you able to address all these concerns by the DPP?
Yes, this was an early directive from DPP. I already dealt with this, all of this, so it is finalized, and the advocate has issued the final directives that these members must be prosecuted for robbery with aggravating circumstances, and And I already, J50 must be applied. I already applied for J50. I already arrested them. So currently the status of this case is trial.
And you deal with that at paragraph 74 of your statement, perhaps. Then if you could just read that, and that completes your work on this matter. At page 17 of your statement, paragraph 74, you have a little paragraph there headed criminal referral.
Yes.
Please read that.
The DPP took a decision that the members must be arrested and charged for robbery with aggravating circumstances. All of these members have been arrested and charged, and their criminal case is with the Boksburg Magistrate Court, and the matter is currently on the court roll, reminded to the 23 February 2026, which is this month. Must I continue?
Please continue, conclude that, yes.
Departmental recommendation. The outcome of the disciplinary recommendation is still awaited.
So you will recall that you were invited to comment on these cases specifically,
yeah,
because the Chief Mapie and Commissioner Spies had been concerned that Ipid is either deliberately not investigating these matters or dragging its feet. Do you have a comment now that you have accounted for this matter and you have given, it would appear that, at least from my perspective, you have done everything that is required by law for you to do.
Yeah, it can't be true that I deliberately frustrated these matters, because you can see from my evidence that my goal was to get justice by obtaining each and every exhibit which will assist this investigation so that our victims can get justice. So it was not a rush job in order to impress someone to arrest people willy-nilly without doing proper job. So the aim of the department is not to please the media, is to seek for justice, even if it takes longer, but the aim is to get justice. So I have with all these members that we dealt with, I have no relationship with them, and some of them, they hate me. If you can put me with the devil here, they will rather choose the devil than me.
Okay. Thank you. You did indicate at the start of your... yes.
Before that, Mr. Law, I didn't realize that you have moved from this document. You say that when Ms. Mutsipe comes here, you expect that she will say that she's still waiting for the audio visuals.
For this matter, which she will say that she's waiting for the video footage from me.
Yeah, it can be though that she's waiting for that, because when you look at the statements, and here I'm looking at a statement that starts at page 475, and I guess this is something. Firstly, let me ask this: that this docket was given to EMPD, the statements that are in this document?
Yes.
Okay. And who in particular do you address these things to?
This was given...
When you do the report and you give them to EMPD, who would you have addressed it to?
This was, I will say, the person who received it, because there is a signature of her. This document was received by Binel Mutsip.
Okay.
But it is addressed to that department, which is headed by Yeni Erasmus.
I mean, I think what I want to point out, and I guess she will, if she comes here, she would have to explain. Randomly at 475, you have a statement that starts there of Ngubeni, Constable Ngubeni, and at from page 6, no, in fact, from paragraph rather, not page 6. At paragraph 5 on page 477, she does speak to, they arrived at that security complex, at that complex, residential complex, with the complainant. She does describe that. And then when you, so on her version, on one of the suspects' version at least, there is a concession that they did go to the complex with the suspect. And when you go to the next page, at paragraph 6, and I'm doing this just not to waste time, I'm skipping around. Ngubeni speaks about the African male then opened the door and welcomed us inside. Now they are at the residence, at the house itself. So there is evidence in your docket that you gave to EMPD that these people did drive to the residential property, and in fact they got inside the property. So it can be that the lack of a video evidence from you is the reason that they haven't instituted any discipline. They're not running the disciplinary hearing. It can be, she has to come and give us a different answer.
Yeah, she's listening, but I place it on record. Since January, she was insisting, following me for the video footage.
Yeah.
And this incident also, EMPD was aware from the onset, even the time this docket was with the SAPS in the initial stage. This docket was investigated by Chabalala. It's a female officer. Chabalala stated to me that I gave them the statement of the complainant. I made them to watch the video footage. It was Ayanda and Binel. This is not me, it is the police officer from Boxback. But when they come here, they will deny all that they knew.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Baloyi. Mr. Magagula, we are now at your paragraph 76, we're page 18 of your statement. Just perhaps before you deal with that, Commissioners, from page 18, paragraphs 76 to 78 speak to those problematic cases that Mr. Gefelakai testified about, the Mayerton case of 72/8/2022, which was said that's not registered in the manner that Commissioner Spies has described it. At 79, it deals with the Springs, Cobalt, and Brakpan copper matters. Without necessarily reading these, because into the record, what you have here, as regards the Mayerton case, Mr. Kefalakai has informed the commissioners that they are trying to investigate the circumstances around this case and that they will revert. Is there anything you are able to add to that regarding this Mayerton case? What have you been able to establish about it in the interim?
In Mayerton case, so far, now, currently, we have the telephone number of the alleged victim, Uomvelem. We will pursue, we will phone him, we will visit him in his address and ask if he knows anything about this. If he's willing to open a case, we will assist him in opening a case and establish if there is police involvement. But according to the video, there is police involvement, which means it will be our case. And if it is our case, again, even though it's Mayerton, it will be fruitful for the team of Egorulane because it is ours who make case intake in the office with other supervisors. So if we see this suspect are overlapping in one area, it will be prudent, for instance, to give the matter to Nomsamasuku, who has engaged with this suspect. He knows the modus operandi. I was just giving an example that will be flexible on how to deal with this matter if it is open.
Mr. Magagula, my criticism of your statement, paragraph 77, is that you note from your cell phone that Spies sent you the clip on 6 March 2023. And we are now in 2026, and only now is Ipid telling us that they will open a case because it falls within their jurisdiction and they will take it forward. And the reason why I'm criticizing you is we know that the witness who provided this clip has since been killed. And I was a bit unhappy about somebody saying the video clip could not be opened, because if you know who it comes from, then surely you must go back to the person who gave you the clip and say, I cannot open it for whatever reason. But it doesn't explain why it took 3 years for Ipid to say, we will contact the victim, because he's not the complainant at this stage, the victim of the crime.
The time Commissioner Spies sent me the video footage, I asked him about the full. Commissioner Spies is a police officer. I asked him about the telephone number and case number. He could not provide such. And Commissioner Spies he was in better position than me, because the information is given to him by someone who trusts him and not me. And if you got that information from Yako Hanegom was not going to trust me or to talk to me, because he was our suspect in the Blackburn murder case. So Commissioner Spies was better placed to source that information, to assist me. Even civilians, South Africa, when they report, because our phone now, our phones are known to them. When they report, they give us a lead. 4 weeks back, a South African, a white male, sent me a complaint. It was about an African male whom police took 50,000. So it's a civilian. When he sent me that complaint, he sent me the victim's name and cell phone number. So it was easy for me. He didn't want me to ask him, hey, how did it happen? He said, telephone number, victim. I managed to speak to the victim, and he told me more information about that robbery which occurred in his house. So Commissioner Spies, I don't want to criticize him, or he passed the bulk with little information, and we are suffering with 727 cases. So he expects Ipid to do everything for EMPD. So there is unfairness in that part of them.
Mr. Magagula, I suspect it's cold comfort for a member of the public who has been robbed by police officers to hear an explanation like this, that Spies expected me to do all the work. I think what is not understandable is that you got a clip, and you do say in your statement that the clip was without any details of the incident. But we've seen that clip. So we see Metro Police, we see people scaling over the fence who are wearing uniform, or looking over the fence who are wearing uniform, and we see them getting inside, and we see a vehicle going in. So we saw that this is supposed to be a police operation, an EMPD operation. And I would have expected that you would have called Commissioner Spies and say, get me more information on this. because what you are recording in your statement suggests you, and that is what Mr. Kefelakai said yesterday, you got the clip, it had no context, you could not actually open all of it, and that was the end of it. And the statement, your statement in paragraph 77 conveys pretty much the same thing. You know, you say it was without any details, and then you say, I took it that there would be a case docket opened in one or other police station, and then such matter would be referred to Ipid in writing. This has never happened. So this, it's, you got the video and you did nothing. And I do accept criticism of Commissioner Spies that he didn't give you any useful information but for the clip. But you see this from Spies, with whom you're in touch about criminal conduct of EMPD officers. I don't understand, or it's difficult to understand, that you would not have called him and said, give me more information. Where do I find, what is this about? Where do I find this Umvelem? Now you know it's Umvelem, so at some point you asked. It's that which is difficult to understand how it came about.
I admit that I didn't put more information in my statement. With Commissioner Spies, I was communicating with him frequently. I did ask for that information because we were speaking. If you can see our communication, it goes a long way. Even if
about this case,
not about
this video.
Not about this case only. It goes a long way with other cases. So during those communication, if to myself, when I asked him for more details and he didn't provide, I took it as if he doesn't have, and he did not make follow-up to me regardless of our communication after sending this video footage, because we had a lot of communication between me and him. If he had anything, he would have, maybe if I'm wrong, he would have asked Magagula how far about the incident, because we kept on communicating for a longer period after the video clip.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Baloy. Before we leave this topic, I think it's necessary that we deal with your annexure TLM6, which you reference at paragraph 76. At 76, in regard to this Mayerton case, you recall that when Commissioner Spies testified, he named it, he said it was a Mayerton case, case number 72/8/2022. At paragraph 76, you state, as far as I'm aware, this case does not involve the video recordings shared by Commissioner Spies with the Commission. I've been able to obtain records of copper-related matters reported to and registered at Mayerton Subs during the month of August 2022. I was able to locate 3 in total. I attached marked TLM6, the 3 crime summaries of these cases as recorded in the Subs Crime Administration System. Now, can we just quickly go to TLM6 to confirm your 3 cases that you say you were able to locate in Mayerton for crimes committed in the period of August 2022. And the August is because, if I understand, the middle number in that case number indicates the month of the year.
Yes.
So your TLM6 starts at page 520. And
19.
or at 519. Thank you, commissioners. At 519. And they go to 521. And already just casting our eyes on those 3, each one in the red section starts with a case number. We have 88/08/2022, The next one at 520 is 95/08/2022, and the last is 129/08/2022. So we do not have the cast number as provided. You say the cast number as provided by Commissioner Spies, you could not locate in Mayerton. Then if we look quickly at page 519, the first case, the charge is tampering with infrastructure. The summary states that the complainant stated that on that date, at that time, she went to sleep, everything was in order, all the windows and doors were locked and closed. At about 5:30 the next morning when she woke up, she noticed that the power light was off. Then she went outside to recharge the electricity, and it is when she noticed that the copper cable was cut. Now, the facts of that case do not correlate with what Commissioner Spies testified to confirm. The next, at 520, that second case, once again, is tampering with infrastructure, and this one, scene of crime says railway station, Mayerton, Transnet. We don't have to look at the facts of that case because of the scene of the crime. And the last, at 521, is CAS 129/08/2022. It's theft general, and then in the summary it states the complainant was at his new house and found 2 unknown white males busy looting. He left them there and went to the scrapyard and found his properties to the amount of 35,000. So once again, the facts don't correspond with what Commissioner Spies understood the Mayerton case to involve. Nonetheless, Mr. Kifelake has undertaken to the commissioners to come back on this matter formally, and will file a supplementary. I just wanted to place your TLM 6 formally on record. Okay. The next, from 79, you deal with the Springs, Cobalt, and Brakpan copper matters. I think emphasis there is at your page 8, is your paragraph 80. If you could just give a quick summary of what you were able to establish about these cases. Are you able to?
This one also, I believe it was answered, even if I didn't read. It was the issue.
Yes, well, I know what the issue is. It is the update, because at paragraph 80, it appears that there has been communication with a specific warrant officer now.
Yeah. Okay. However, a telephonic inquiry was made with Warrant Officer Saki of Springs Police Station on 6 February 2026. He confirmed that there was a case similar to what is described under the Cobalt case. According to Warrant Officer Saki, this was a case of stolen goods which were recovered.
Yes?
According to Warrant Officer Saki, there was no police involvement in this matter that he could have reported, and therefore it does not, it does. So
you're quite right, it should read not.
Yeah, it must read, it does not fall in the Ipid mandate.
Now, unlike the matter of Mayerton, here just a narrative, are you able perhaps in time to provide either a statement from Warrant Officer Saki explaining, you call it the Cobalt, Springs, and I think, actually it's a measure of 2 cases. Are you able to obtain a statement, a full statement from Warrant Officer Saki around this issue?
Not yet.
Please think about the answer whilst we take a 5-minute adjournment. Let's adjourn.
Thanks.